Peace, y'all, and welcome into another tea time. You already know the vibes, Divine Destiny. Back at it like a coffee addict. We're drinking coffee today. A little cinnamon, little ginger, little vanilla. My nose, lol. Let me get my life together. My ear just started like doing some weird stuff when I press record. So spirit already in here. We already getting into it. But today's tea time, we are actually going to be discussing the Wheel of Fortune, the tarot card, and like how it applies in real life. Okay, so grab your tea, grab your vibe, grab whatever it is you need to vibe with me today, so we can jump into today's tea time. Hey.
Are you an ambitious co-creator with a strategy that feels out of alignment? You're meant for mastery, but if your vision feels blurred or your next move isn't crystal clear, you're wasting your most valuable asset, your energy. That's why I created the Divine Alignment Blueprint. This isn't just a reading, it's your personalized 90-minute strategic command session. We pinpoint your highest purpose, clear the energetic blocks, and forge your sovereign action plan, a precise divine strategy to accelerate your purpose for the next 6 to 12 months. Stop guessing. Start commanding. Book your Divine Alignment Blueprint session today and unlock your undeniable destiny.
With that being said, like I said, we are jumping into the Wheel of Fortune. And I brought the card out just so, like, if you're not a taroter, if you're not into it, you know what I'm saying, you can see what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not going to read tarot cards for you right now, but we are going to be discussing this card because, well, at least like if you be in my readings, you know what I'm saying, when you see me pull the Wheel of Fortune, the main thing that I say is the wheel is turning in your favor. Should it be upright, right? The wheel is turning in your favor. But I got the download the other day, like the wheel is always turning, right? No matter what. The wheel of life, the wheel of the world is always turning. And the thing about that is like the Wheel of Fortune, right? They tell you like if it's in your favor now, it's always gonna turn. So like, we have ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of life. You might find yourself on the bottom of the wheel at some point in life. Or vice versa, right? If it's not turning in your favor at this time, you're feeling like life is happening to you, eventually that wheel is going to turn. You're going to be at the top of it and life is going to be happening for you, right? When in reality, at the end of the day, nothing is actually happening to us. Everything is divinely guided and divinely orchestrated for our highest good, highest self, highest purpose, even though we as humans attach a whole bunch of emotions and other stuff onto things. And that's what makes it feel like things are happening to us. But in reality, things are happening for us, even when they're not necessarily, we wouldn't deem them as the most positive situation, right? Sometimes we need those situations for lessons, for growth, for healing, in whatever way, shape, or form. So it is happening for us, even though, well, why the fuck is it happening? As a human, I get it. You ain't got to tell me nothing. I already know. Okay? But what we're really discussing here, right, with the Wheel of Fortune, with this card specifically, this is from the Modern Witch Tarot, right? There is a girl on the bottom of the wheel, and she don't necessarily look the happy. She's looking at the top of the wheel, like, when am I get up there? When I'm get up there? And then the girl at the top of the wheel is like, I'm just chilling at the top of the wheel. But no matter where you are on the wheel, the thing to notice and recognize and accept is you gonna end up on the opposite side at some point in life. And with the download I got with that is, who are you no matter where you are on the wheel? You're at the top of the wheel, who are you? Because when life is its greatest, when life is grand, when you're not stressing or worried about anything and things are happening for you and life feels very lucky and fortunate, right? Who are you? Who do you show up as? Are you still honoring your ancestors, your guides? Are you still praying? Are you still giving thanks? Are you still in the energy of gratitude? Or do you allow that that I'm at the top of the wheel to get you big headed, right? Do you allow that I'm at the top of the wheel to give you some level of cockiness or arrogance? Because that, I'll tell you right now, make the wheel turn out of your favor even quicker than you got there. That's all I'm saying, right? Or if you're on the bottom of the wheel, right? Like my girl, she like, oh my God, I can't wait to get up there. How I get up there? When is the wheel going to turn, right? Who are you when you're at the bottom of the wheel? Are you somebody who's like longing for the top? Or are you able to be present and still find gratitude and peace in the fact that you're at the bottom, right? And at least we not forget the sides, okay? Because the wheel turns in a pool, and if you are stuck to one place in this wheel, both of these women are on two different sides of the wheel. But when the wheel turns, eventually she's gonna be on the bottom, and eventually she's gonna be on the top, right? But who are you when you're in the sides, those in betweens? You're not in the bottom, you're not in the top. You're either growing or you might be falling. Depending on which side of the wheel you're on. But it all matters to the grand scheme of things, right? We're going to start at the bottom and work our way to the top. Okay. Because when you're at the bottom, like for real, if we think about it, if this was an actual wheel and it wasn't in the air, and my girl would be crushed by the weight of the will. And sometimes that's how life feels. Like sometimes it really feels like, oh my God, like the weight of the world is on my shoulders, on my chest. Oh my God, my neck and my back. I'm not gonna make it. You feel me? Like whether this is mentally, emotionally, like the things that occur in life sometimes can really feel like you are pins at the bottom of the wheel. And sometimes that will be going slow. Like you feel every turn of that wheel when you're at the bottom of it, right? But the biggest thing is like, how do you show up? Who do you show up as? You feel me? Like what are you reflecting into the world even though you're at the bottom of the wheel? Because life's for everybody. Life stops for no man. I don't care if you are the richest man in the world. I don't care if you're the poorest man in the world. I don't care if you're the happiest person in the world. I don't care if you're the saddest person in the world. I don't care where you are in the world or in life, mentally or emotionally. Life is going to life for everybody. That's what the fuck we here for, is to experience life's the ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs, the positive, the negatives, the lights, the dark. If we're on the bottom of that wheel, who we show up as is so important. Not just for ourselves, like, oh, I'm on the bottom of the wheel and I'm gonna show up as a good person still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's great. But who you show up as determines how the wheel turns for you, right? When you're at the bottom of the wheel and life is happening to you, are you remaining in faith? Are you holding the faith of a mustard seed that life is going to get better? This situation is only temporary. Yes, this is happening to me right now, but this is not going to last forever. This is a season in my life. I'm going to make it through this season with grace and with gratitude. And then when I get out of this season, there will be better. There will be more. There will be different, right? Because very much seasons, like the seasons of life, of like actual the world, summer, winter, spring, and fall, like we have those same seasons within ourselves, because as within so without, everything is everything, everything is both, right? So your season might be a long one, right? When we're thinking about the seasons in the world, like it's every quarter we get a new season, right? Like that's not necessarily how the seasons of life flow, right? Different seasons can last a very long time. You could be up at the top of that wheel for a long time. But when you come down, you coming down regardless, okay? Like, let's be real. And how you come down fully is depicted by what you was doing at the top, right? Like if we're going to look at this from like a worldly view, you can look at all of the celebrities that have been recently like outed for all of their mishaps and just indiscretions, right? When they was at the top and they were feeling powerful and they were feeling untouchable, right? They were doing nefarious activities. Do you know what I'm saying? And like while they might have been up there for years, decades, doing whatever the fuck they was doing when they was doing it, at some point, even though that season might have lasted a long time and they were untouchable, they was the king, they was the man, they was on top. You know what I'm saying? The woman, the queen, whatever, whoever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using personally right now. I'm thinking of one specific person because it's relevant right now, but I'm not about to use no names. But there are plenty of people that we could look at in society and think about, you know what I mean, in history. When you're at the top of that wheel and you are not in your highest, like, okay, especially like I'm coming from a spiritual point of view, right? So spirit brought you to the top of the wheel. Spirit brought you into this place of fortune. Spirit brought you into this place of blessing, opportunity, abundance, right? What you choose to do with that dictates how hard you're going to fall on the way down. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you could be at the top of that wheel wholeheartedly and be a great person. You could be giving to the community. You could be very humble. You could be just a open-hearted person, kind-hearted. You don't have to be giving all your money away. You know what I'm saying? But like you can be a genuine person, a genuinely wholehearted, kind-hearted person at the top of that wheel, and you don't have to be a celebrity to be. You feel me? I was just using celebrities because, like, that's what we're visibly can see as a collective, right? But you could be at the top of the wheel in any aspect of life, right? If you take advantage of the fact that you are at the top of the wheel in a negative way, that wheel is going to spin because that's what it's designed to do. And when it does, when you hit that bottom of the wheel, shit, even when you're on your way down, karma is going to catch up with. Because now you ain't sitting at the top, immovable, untouchable, right? Now the wheel is turning and you are now on the side of the wheel, which is the unknown, right? Which is the unfamiliar, right? Life shifts, life has ebbs and flows, life has transitions. So you're in a transition period, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be like you're falling and life is going crazy and life is going down for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally believe if you remain in good consciousness, right? You remain in alignment with the universal and spiritual laws when you're at the top, even when you're on that side, even when you're on the unknown area of which way this wheel is turning, right? Life may be happening to you. You might still have lessons and things to go through, but you're not going to be publicly ostracized for your choices and decisions. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, things are happening to you, but how you choose to view them, the mindset that you choose to sit in with that is also very paramount, also very important, right? It matters. It changes how you move through life. If you're at the bottom of the wheel and you are woe is me, down me, stressy, depressy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, not only does that season feel longer, even if it's not as long as like you're making it seem, because energetically, like you're draining yourself while the wheel is also probably depleting you a little bit. Not only does it make that situation longer for you, but you're energetically shifting your frequency because of the energy you're holding while you're on the bottom of that wheel. And when you get back to the side of unfamiliar, when you're on the other side on the way up the wheel, right? That I feel like that's the sides are very much determining factors of like how you're going to where you're going to be, where you're going to land in life when you hit the top and the bottom of the wheel, right? So if you're on the right side of the wheel and you're on your way up and you have Spend the time in the bottom giving grace and gratitude for your situation, being patient with your circumstances and yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then, like, when you get to the side of the unknown, the unfamiliar, right? When you get to the side of the void, before you hit the top, I feel like that's very much like a portal that decides, like, how you're going to reach the top. How long is your season at the top going to be? What are you going to experience at the top of that wheel because of the energy and the frequency that you allowed yourself to be in when you were at the bottom of that wheel? Do you know what I'm saying? You could see somebody who's at the bottom of the wheel and you wouldn't know it because they show up not putting on a fake mask of like I'm not struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they recognize their struggle, but they also show up with grace and gratitude every day for what they do have. When that wheel turns and they get to the top of that wheel, and things are moving in their favor for real, I feel like because they held the grace and gratitude at the bottom of the wheel, spirit honors you, recognizes you, and blesses you for that at the top of the wheel, right? Now, if you are on the bottom of the wheel and you are just fully allowing your circumstances and your situation to overtake you mentally or emotionally, energetically, even, right? That's pulling your frequency down. So when you get to the top of that wheel, the things that you connect with, the things you attract, the things that you radiate to and through you are going to be less than ideal, less than what they could have been would you have been in the energy of gratitude and grace, right? And it's not even like, oh, karma this, karma that. It's just kind of like this is an energetic frequency, right? When you're at the top of the wheel, if you are moving dishonestly, you are bringing your own frequency down. Yes, you're at the top of the wheel because that's where the wheel has turned for you at this time. But what are you doing while you're at the top? Are you increasing your frequency or are you lowering it, right? What are we doing here? Because when you get to the bottom of the wheel, when you're on the side of the wheel, going to the bottom of the wheel, whatever frequencies that you connected with or radiated to and through you while you were at the top, now that's what when you get to the bottom, that's what you're going to have to deal with. A whole lot of that. So, I mean, it's a conscious choice at this point. Like, do you want to radiate from grace and gratitude? Or do you want to radiate from dishonesty and just like complete nefarious energy? That's the wheel is going to turn regardless. The frequencies in which you choose to radiate and connect with while you're on any portion of that wheel is going to dictate and determine what it is that you're experiencing as you move through the wheel on the opposite side. Do you feel me? So this was a message for somebody, okay? This has been the message. If you like this video, share it with somebody you think needs to hear it. Overall, remain in grace, remain in gratitude, even when things are happening to you, when life is just coming at your ass full-fledged. And I know it's easier said than done, but like no matter what you're going through or through, there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to give gratitude for. And if you are remaining in that energy of gratitude, if you are moving through whatever situation life is throwing at you with grace, that does not go unnoticed by the universe. That does not go unnoticed by spirit at all. And it will absolutely determine what occurs as this will continues to move for you. That has been the message. If you like this video, share it with somebody you love, with somebody you think needs to hear it. If you need anything from me, it's in the description box, my bio, or the pinned comment. And until next time, stay divine.